He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity, devils. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great Muslim who rule well, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And I happened to catch this live stream, and this channel is Reason and Theology. And they happen to have Haman himself, all right, the Agagite, on. And, of course, because he's an expert, he's well studied on the Hebrew Israelites. He's asking him certain questions about the Hebrew Israelite faith and what we teach. And, this is what Agent Reiser, or Reezer, aka Haman, and this is what he specializes in. But I kind of chuckled when he asked Vocab, do they teach that white people are going to be slaves? So listen real quick. Now you already know all the precepts, that back us up, that we're not just, this ain't just some fantasy. We just want to see white people become our slaves, just cause. No, the Lord, all right, the Lord pretty much is sanctioning for all you other nations to become slaves and serve the children of Israel. All right, because look what you've done in the planet Earth. And look at the things that has been done upon the children of the Lord. Your ancestors got America. How? How exactly did they get America? What did they have to do? Who did they have to conquer? What did they have to colonize? So anyway, I'm gonna just play this real fast, and then of course we're gonna hit some precepts.
Establishes a kingdom with Israel in charge, where everything now will be reversed, and they'll have their own servants as opposed to being servants.
When you say they'll have slaves in the king, are they saying they're going to have white people who are slaves to them?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now.
Oh yeah.
Are there any?
Folks, not just white folks.
And notice he didn't even mention nobody else. He's concerned with white folks, Edomites. So they're saying that they're gonna put white people in slavery. Yeah. Agent Reezer, he knows. Yeah, you didn't know that? All them books back there on that shelf. Every so-called Edomite biblical scholar, they got to show the amount of books that they got, which shows you that despite all that knowledge, they still don't know a damn thing because they don't have the spirit. But if he understood the scriptures, yes, all nations will be servants under the children of Israel in the kingdom of the Most High. I mean, what do you think the Lord meant when he said to his church, those that overcome will give power over the nations, and you shall rule them with a rod of iron? That means that you're going to be a king and you're going to rule. You're going to have subjects. Just like when King David was in power, all those nations, they were in servitude. They had to pay tributary. So that means that they were slaves under King David. All right. And guess what? That's promised to the Lord. He's going to have dominion, and you all are going to be slaves to our Lord, and he's going to share that dominion with his elect. All right. So he's going to share that same inheritance. So let me rewind it real quick, because he looks a little startled at that fact that there's going to be a point in time where he's going to go right into captivity.
Have white people who are slaves to them?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now.
Oh yeah.
Are there any?
Not just white folks, Africans too.
Okay, so I'm confused.
They don't think they're African.
Okay, Are okay? All right, I got you then.
And that's a nervous laugh. All right. Now let's first let's just establish that Israel, we went into captivity under all nations, man. All right. That's number one. Number two, we're still found in the hands of the people that led us into captivity. Let's get real quick. Is it Isaiah? I think it might be Isaiah 42. This is Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. We've been taken. We've been stripped of our heritage. We've been taken from one side of the earth to the other, right? We've been scattered." It says they are full of, it's like they are all of them snared in holes, and they're hid in prison houses. We're trapped in this system. We're in these religions, learning the way of the heathen. We're completely discontinued from our heritage, serving our enemies in strange lands, serving wood and stone. It says they are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. All right, we haven't been restored. So we're still among these other nations and serving them to this very day. So what you think is going to happen when the Lord comes to recover a remnant of them from among you nations? He's going to put the smack down and put that crown on his head, and then he's going to raise his people up. All right, let's go to Jeremiah 50 and 33. And it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together." All right, the northern and the southern kingdom, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American. We were both oppressed right here in Babylon, getting exploited of our labor. They make merchandise of us. We get poorly treated. We get taxed. We got to pay bills. We're subject to payments. We're yet this day in our captivity. It says, "And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." And that's why we're still even here. You know? So those who took us captive, guess what got to happen? Isaiah 14 and verse 2. I'll start at 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, in the Holy Land, for servants and handmaids." What do you think that is? "And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Because right now we're the oppressed, but the Lord's going to come and beat in pieces the oppressor, and then they're going to be ruled over. Starting really with the international bankers. They're the ultimate top oppressors, exploiting the whole entire planet, man, getting richer and richer and richer. So they're the first ones that's going to go captive. But then the rest of you, because all you Edomites here in America, you ain't gonna make it. You're gonna be dissolved. You're gonna become a sacrifice pursuant to Isaiah 34 and was that 5? "My sword shall be bathed in heaven; it shall come down upon Idumea, and then your soul, your spirits are gonna come back, and you're gonna wake up with chains All right, little baby shackles around your feet. Okay. Now let me read this in the other translation. NLT, it says the nations of the world will help the Lord's people to return, and those who come to live in their land will serve them. Those who captured Israel will themselves be captured, and Israel will rule over its enemies. NIV, nations will take them and bring them to their own place, and Israel will take possession of the nations and make them male and female servants in the Lord's land. They will make captives of their captors and rule over their oppressors. This didn't happen during the Medo-Persian Empire, by the way, because they like to say that this was already fulfilled. That did not happen, and you know I went into it. Brothers, multiple brothers, then broke this down already. It says Eastern Standard Version. It says, and the peoples will take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel will possess them in the Lord's land as male and female slaves. They will take captive those who were their captors and rule over those who oppressed them. Okay, so that's plain to see. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. After the Lord deliver us, this is what He said is going to happen. Jeremiah 30 and Jeremiah 30 verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Is even a time of Jacob's trouble." And we're coming into that time. I'm pretty sure Vocab, aka Haman, I'm pretty sure he would agree that this is talking about future prophecy, right? But he shall be saved out of it, showing you that only Israel, only the children of Jacob will be saved out of that, a remnant of them. It says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off his neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him." So that means that we will still be in captivity or in bondage on the day that the Lord delivers us or saves us out of the tribulation. You see? So this is getting ready to happen. And you will no longer be able to serve yourselves of us. Where you can exploit us and use us to forward your empire. All right. It says, "But they will serve the Lord their power and David their king," and it's going to be in the kingdom, "whom I will raise up unto them." All right, now let me jump down to verse 16. And it says, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, which is the heathen nations, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." All right, that's what's going to happen, man. Vocab acting like the scriptures don't back us up on that, but he knows what it is. You see all that weight that he done gained. That dude been eat, he been eating himself to sleep for a while. You know, you're tormented, man. But this guy right here, he's just now getting introduced, to the truth, and he's laughing about it. But you can tell that's a nervous laugh. So you mean to tell me white people are gonna be slaves? Yeah, nigga. You Edomites, y'all damn sure gonna go into captivity, man, for sure. All right, you reap the benefits of our captivity. So now is your turn. You think that you're gonna go unpunished? Let's get that in the 49th chapter. It is Jeremiah 49 and verse 12. It says, "For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." The same cup that we have to drink, you're gonna have to drink of that cup. All right, you're gonna get destroyed, and then in the kingdom, you're gonna serve us, and we're gonna get vengeance upon you. All right, all your iniquity, everything, all the evil that you've done against us is gonna be reckoned. Our Lamentations 4 and 21, and it says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked," meaning exposed. And you're being exposed by the men of the Lord through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that inquisition has been made on all your evil doings against us. All right, and now it's time for you to reap that. It says, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." All right, and I'm gonna get this other one. You already know this one. I don't even have to really go to it because we already know it by heart, but I'm gonna go to it anyway. Revelation 13, 9 and 10. "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." I remember Vocab, he tried to break this down, and the shit was hilarious, man. Where he basically tried to say that we take this out of context, and he said that basically this was basically a warning to the church that some of you gonna go into captivity, and some of you gonna die by the sword. But this is your patience and your faith, huh? Nah, man, nah, no. You nations that led us into captivity, you're gonna go into captivity, and all those other precepts that I read coincides with that. All right, so you're gonna go into captivity whether you like it or not. Okay, and after 1,000 years, after after we get our get back, everything's gonna be fine after that. The nation's gonna get their land back. You're gonna learn how to finally keep your land. You're gonna know how to govern your land in righteousness. Because look at the world, look at the condition of the world right now. You're gonna have to learn up under us. We're gonna have to teach you the law. As it says in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, you're gonna have to go up to the mountain of Zion and learn our law. We're gonna have to teach you. We're gonna be priest unto you, other nations. But you're gonna have to go into captivity first, and you're gonna build up the ruins of the land of Jerusalem in Israel. Okay, and it's even in our law that we can even have servants. And apparently, you had those Edomite Christians that came over here. I believe they were was it I think it might have been the Puritan doctrine, where they believed that when they came over here, all this land over here was basically a New Jerusalem. So the people that were over here, they basically took it as if they were the Israelites coming into the land of Canaan. Where the Lord gave us the instruction to go and wipe out those Canaanites and destroy their images and all that, and not make any marriages. And they look, so that's basically what they did. So they try to apply these laws right here in the scriptures to themselves, but they should have never done that. Because once they did that, they took the covenant in their mouth. So now, because they did that, they're going to be judged by the law, and they're going to be destroyed. That's why America is going to get wiped out. All right, Leviticus 25 and verse 44. Yeah, Leviticus 25 and 44 says, both thy bondmen, all right, slave men, and thy bondmaids, slave women, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, and they shall be your possession. We're going to possess these other nations. All right. But you also have a law where you can actually also purchase another Israelite as a servant. But the difference is you're not supposed to rule over them like you would rule over a heathen. They had, still privileges. All right. You can, give a Israelite servant one of your daughters to wife if you you like that servant. Okay. You treat them well, but a heathen, no, you could rule over them. It says, and you shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule one over another with rigor. All right. So that's right there in our law, man. And the Lord did not come to do away with the law. They're going to be written into us. All right. So there's no way you can really spin that. They tried to, laugh about it and like it's a joke, but the precepts is all throughout the scriptures. Y'all hoping that it ain't true, that it don't come to pass. But I'm sorry, my man. The Most High is gonna accomplish that which He pleased, man. He's gonna accomplish into wherein He sent it. So anyway, I just want to respond to that. And this is the name of the video. Who are the Black Hebrew Israelites with Vocab Malone? And this was streamed almost a week ago. All right, so maybe a few other brothers might see this same video and find something and go in. We always use vocab as a chopping block. Glass joke. But anyway, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. To the next lesson, Shalom.